Welcome back to What Are Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the T92 HMC. It's the Tier 10 American SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Hinterland, and this is a grand battle under the command of TarheelRambler, and it's the first time he's ever been on this map, so it's completely new to him, and he's going to have an interesting time. Okay, well, he's finding a new firing position because, of course, he's never been on this map before, and obviously he wants to find somewhere safe, and he doesn't know what's safe at the moment, but he's in a safe place, actually, funnily enough. Now, 24 centimeter main gun, or howitzer, I should say, 1100 alpha, 60 millimeters of pen, 12.5 meters on the burst radius, between 14 and 35 seconds of stun. And that's with the stun shells alone. With the non-stun HE, 1420 hit points of damage, 75 millimeters of pen, and a 7 meter burst radius. So it can actually do a huge amount of damage if it gets a direct hit with the non-stun HE. Rounds out. Well, that was very close to the aim point. Very close indeed. Oh, lovely. Look at this. 4 enemy tanks all together forming a line, making themselves juicy for our hit. We do have the longest reload in the Arty contingent. 46.38 is the book reload. He's got 39.61, and they're kind of breaking up now. They're 2 by 2. But if he can put a round in there, and he will do so in a second or so, he could get a lot of stun assists. Rounds out. Well, he did get a direct hit on the Super Conk at the front, and you can see the shell hit the rear of the turret. There was a yellow stain on his cupola, and he's now gone down, so we picked up some stun assists there as well. 2 shots hit the Super Conk, 470 from the first shot and 582 from the stun assist. Now, if you're new to TarheelRambler, you should know that he actually plays even though he's got Parkinson's, and he does so exceptionally well. Rounds out again. Oh, it was a direct hit. That was a direct hit, and he damaged the E4 and stunned him, but he got a direct hit on the 277. Because he was unspotted, all we saw the tracer end and no explosion. So he's doing very well at the moment. He is looking at these tanks very closely, though. I can't go any close. That's as close as it goes. Now, I can't see where he actually struck the 277. Normally, they'll leave a yellow mark where the shell impacted. I think it may have been right at the front of the tank. And he's got 2 there, and he's just loaded. Rounds out straight away. And the shell went long this time. It splashed the 277. And the guy was behind him as well, which I think was the E4. It may have been the E4. Trying to select which target to go for. The wreck of that Super Conk is providing nice cover for the 277, and the E5's having to pop out, use the rubble. But we're dialed in with only a few seconds left on the load. And the tanks are still there, grouped together. Okay, he's loaded. Rounds out, and there was the hit. I didn't see the round go out, but certainly he did get a nice hit. The E5 took it this time for 268. Now you can see from the circles that are appearing on the minimap that the enemy Arty are also firing on our guys in the town. In fact, they're hitting the same guys on the other side of this battle, this ground battle that's going on. So whilst these tanks are firing at our guys are getting struck by the enemy Arty, and we're doing the same to their tanks. Okay, we're loaded again. Rounds out straight away. And another direct hit. Wow! He's getting hit after hit on these guys. That was on the E5 as well. And you can see where that one landed because it was on the front left quarter of the tank. Big yellow mark there where the shell impacted. Now he's dialing in on the 277. He's got a few seconds before he's loaded though. In fact, you can see one of the marks on the 277. In fact, two of the marks where the 277 was impacted. He's got the upper plate twice, because there's a hole in one, and right on the nose of the 277 is another mark. Well, that one landed very close to him, just on the side at the rear. The thing about the grand battles are that there's a huge number of tanks on either team. It's normally 30-30, but it doesn't always happen like that. Just occasionally you'll get a battle where it's not 30-30. But it means that the battle has, well, a lot more to it, because as an Arty, you've got a huge number of targets to look at. And in fact, now he's looking at the enemy tanks over on the right flank of the map. He can see that there's some over there, but they're unspotted at the moment, and that's why he can't see anything. He can see the destruction going on, though, if they do any destruction. In fact, now the enemy tanks have been spotted, and in fact, we're looking at one that's retreating pretty quickly because it's a light. And that, oh, it's not a light, it's a UDAS, actually. He's pulling back because he's got virtually no hit points left. Or was that the 113? It may have been the 113 that was pulling back without any hit points. The UDAS certainly does have some hit points. Now, what's he looking at? Okay, he's looking at an E3 now, which is a bit further back from the town. He's at the back of the... Yes, he's behind the buildings, so he's only 6 hit points, so he is a splash kill. And now he's back in the garage. He was picking off the stragglers there. So he's got himself a kill, and now he's looking for other stragglers. Well, the 277's a one-shot. If he lands around on this guy, he will expire, because he's only got 230 hit points, and with this Arty's really big punch, he could take him out the game. Now, this Arty only has 16 rounds in total, so you have to make good use of the shells. You can end up in a game where you fire all of your shells, and all you can do after that is just spot. Now, he was working on the basis the 277 was still there, but he couldn't see him, and he wasn't there. He'd actually pulled back. There's a Death Star, FB215B183. Okay, we saw that IS-4 pulling back. Okay, there's the IS-4. He's still got plenty of hit points, so we could reduce that a little. Okay, he's trying to settle it down on that target. Go for it, rounds out. Direct hit! And he made him a one-shot, so that's really nice. He's made that an easy kill for somebody. The runner Sorrente is behind that building at the moment, so he's a little bit more difficult to actually kill. You can see a large number of the enemy tanks in the town have been wiped out, but virtually all of our guys have been wiped out in there. We do have an E100 in the town area, but most of our guys went round the outsides. They've gone on the flanks. And that means now the enemy is in tremendous danger, because we've got a 3-tank advantage. There's the runner Sorrente. He's just got hit by one of the other RTs. We're dialing in. We're ready. Rounds out. Another direct hit, and 467 from that one. A big hit, and he didn't like that. He's pulled back. You can tell when a tank's really upset, because they pull back suddenly and they don't know what to do next. That E900's having a lot of trouble from the UDAS. Yeah, unfortunately he went down. The UDAS is a tank that punches above its weight, really. Even though it's tier 10, it's only a medium, but it can certainly do a lot of damage. But the enemy is now being picked off. Their rear areas are now getting sorted out. In fact, we're looking now. That was shot at the UDES. We can see that the enemy Heshbarn has just been located. Two of their Arty are now been spotted, but we've lost sight of them. We've got a 3-tank advantage over the enemy. We do have to worry about the enemy tanks in the town, because those ones in the town, although they think they might be turning around and headed back in the opposite direction to try and deal with our guys, he has got nobody between him and the enemy tanks in the town. So if they did turn around and head in our direction towards our cap, we would have problems. Right, he's right at the edge of the map now. Okay, 2 enemy Arties are down. There's a 7-tank difference now. As far as we can make out, there's only 3 enemy tanks remaining. It certainly looks like that. We found one of the enemy Arties. He's making a run for it through the town to see if he can actually get any shotgun damage off our guys. We fired in. Might have got some splash there, but the guy's still on the move. No, we didn't get anything at all off him. He's still not... Oh, he is stunned. We did get that. And he is definitely after some Arty. He's looking for some counter battery. But I think our guys will probably sort him out. Well, here's one. And he's now a one-shot. You can nudge him and he'll pass out. And there he goes. In the end, he got taken out by a GWE-100. And that's it. Game over. Here's the end of battle results. And that was a first-class tanker for TarheelRambler of the TNATN clan in the T92 HMC. It's the first time he's ever had a first-class tanker in this Arty, because he got these the ribbons underneath, or the scrolls underneath, which means it's definitely the first time we've seen that. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He got 9. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate from that one, 3,490. And I think he did so well because he kept pummeling those enemy tanks in the town to make their hit points disappear and make them easy kills for his teammates. And he certainly did a lot of work. Let's have a look at team score. Oh my gum, look at this. The highest damage in the game turned out to be the TVP T5051, one of the enemy tanks that was on the flank with 4,183 hit points. Second highest damage was the 60 TP with 4,159. And the third highest damage turned out to be the FV4005 on the enemy team with 4,124. You can see TarheelRambler got 3,550 hit points. Those constant shells hitting those enemy heavies really had an effect on them in the end. And he actually did better than all but 2 on the enemy team. 2 on his own team were above him. He was in 5th place on damage in a grand battle. When it came to kills, we can see the top scorer was one of the GWE-100s. In fact, he got 3 kills in that game, and he got a Confederate as well. So he obviously did as well as Tarheel did. The second highest scores, well, it's 2 cat tanks apiece. The M5Y, the T92 of one of the other T92s on our team, the Viz 55, the Object 2685, the Panzerkampfwagen 7, the E5, the E100, and on the enemy team, their TVP T5051, their Heshbarn, their Death Star, the 261, and the Progetto 65 all got 2 kills. And TarheelRambler only got 1 kill in that game. But when it came to base XP, we can see that he's about mid-table. He managed to get 834 base experience points. The top scorers being the Panzerkampfwagen 7, getting 1,102, and he was the only one to get over 1,000 base. The M5Y got 952, and in third place, the E100 managed 938. So not bad, but actually in 8th place when it came to base XP. He fired 13 rounds in the game, but he got 6 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but 18 splash. Damage of 3,550 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 1, and did 1,210 hit points of stun assist of 16 stuns. On Free-to-play account, actually, it was a premium account, this one. He actually made a profit of 25,223 credits. If he'd had a free-to-play, he still would have made a profit out of that one. But he did also get 5 bonds for it being tier 10 and 8,757 experience points, including getting a mission completion for 7,506. So, yeah, totally new map to TarheelRambler, but he did incredibly well on a new map because he remembered to keep pumping those shells out, keep your barrel hot, keep firing those shells at the enemy as fast as you can, especially at the tanks that your guys were fighting, to give them an even chance of surviving the battle. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.